certified anti-DDoS solutions, including anti-DDoS proxy, anti-DDoS origin, and anti-DDoS EIP. And also, we provide the same solutions as Cloudflare and Akamai. We provide edge security, the security CDN. So what is the DDoS proxy? In the anti-DDoS console, you will see the label called Chinese mainland or outside Chinese mainland. And in Alibaba Cloud International site, we provide anti-DDoS proxy outside Chinese mainland. So for this type of the anti-DDoS product, is the anti-DDoS capabilities will rely on the scrubbing center that we built in different countries. That we have scrubbing centers in Japan, in Singapore, in Malaysia, in Indonesia, in London, in Germany, and also in America. So after you configure the domain name access or port access in the anti-DDoS proxy instance, you will get any cast IP. And what you need to do is just to change the DNS resolution and point your traffic to the CNAME of our anti-DDoS proxy. Then all the traffic will pass through the anti-DDoS instance, and the anycast IP will bring the traffic to the nearest scrubbing center. So all the traffic will be filtered, and only clean business traffic can go back to your original site. So this is the anti-DDoS proxy. But what is the anti-DDoS EIP? So since of course, the proxy will bring some latency to your network. But for some of our customers, especially those in the gaming industries, they hope the latency is low, but they would like to have the anti-DDoS capabilities. So in these using scenarios, we will recommend our customers to use anti-DDoS EIP, so which integrate the anti-DDoS capabilities of anti-DDoS proxy and the low latency. So, but the differences between anti-DDoS proxy and anti-DDoS EIP is anti-DDoS proxy can provide layer 4 to layer 7 DDoS mitigation capabilities, but anti-DDoS EIP can only have layer 4 anti-DDoS capabilities. So you can see the target customer here. So the first one is fintech. So for this type of customers, like we have some fintech customers in our traditional finance customers in Singapore, Malaysia, right? So they will have some compliance or regulations. So in order to meet the requirements of the compliance and regulations, the customers may purchase the anti-DDoS product. So the second one is the gaming industry. The third one is internet. While the next one is retail. So for this type of customers, they focused on the business continuity. So they don't want DDoS stop their business services to their end users. So that is the reasons why they will use anti-DDoS solutions. But the final one is the partner distributors. So the partners are also one of the target customer groups for anti-DDoS. But actually, the way that we cooperate with partners can be a little bit different. Okay. So for the benefits, if the customer is using Alibaba Cloud anti-DDoS solutions, okay, we can provide the TB level mitigation capabilities. And in our histories, the largest DDoS attack that has been recorded is 2 TB. So all the mitigation capabilities will rely on the 13 protection clusters worldwide, and that delivers total mitigation capabilities of more than 10 TBs and more than 25 million QPS. Okay, so for some other scenarios, like if the original site is deployed in outside Chinese mainland, but the end user is in Chinese mainland, so we also provide the Chinese mainland acceleration. That is the acceleration plan for our end users, which can also be integrated with the anti-DDoS proxy outside Chinese mainland. So if no DDoS attack happens, the Chinese users who visit the web services which is deployed outside Chinese mainland, where the request will be accelerated by our CMA. But if DDoS attack happens, so it will switch automatically to anti-DDoS proxy outside Chinese mainland. Okay, so by using these solutions, the customer's business continuity can be guaranteed. Okay, so how to win? So if a customers never suffer from DDoS attack, and the latest just a small customers, you ask land to purchase anti-DDoS, that is, from my personal perspective, that is less possible. Okay, but how we can sell the DDoS product to land? The first thing is that we need to understand the customers business forms and pain points to ask the customers about the locations where original server is deployed and the locations on where users visit, the access protocols, the network architectures. So what is the customer's business? Like that is the online games, or this is the shopping website. Okay, we must know the business of the customers. If that is the FSI, then we would like to know about the regulations, requirements, or compliance requirements. Then we know if that is very necessary to have the anti-DDoS solutions. The second one is that when we understand their business, then we will know if the business continuity is quite important to them. So, for example, if one of the e-commerce customers will have some promotion activities next week, or they're gonna have some shopping festivals. Of course, the customers will earn a lot of money during these shopping festivals. So of course, they don't want the DDoS attack. So in this period of time, you can upsell the anti-DDoS to LAN. Okay, so the benefits here, and okay, you can see the same as what we write here, and we can take a look at some questions, the customer questions. If anti-DDoS basic is provided to protect my assets, are the assets free of DDoS attack? Of course not. Since the anti-DDoS basic is free of charge, the customers no need to pay for the anti-DDoS basic, and you can read the official documentations, and you will see. So anti-DDoS basic will provide up to 5 GB protection for the customers, but actually it's rely on the data center. So in different regions, this figure can be quite different. For example, in Southeast Asia, so the anti-DDoS basic can provide only maybe 1 GB or 2 GB. I'm not so sure about this. And this one is only in layer 4. So if the customers say that we are suffering from the HTTP flood or CC attack, of course, the anti-DDoS basic edition cannot work, cannot help the customers to solve their issues. The second one is that can I apply for a free trial of anti-DDoS? Can Alibaba Cloud help simulate the DDoS attacks? Okay, so after we add your UID into the whitelist, you can have a free trial of anti-DDoS, but actually you can only do the trial for 7 days, and only one day you can enjoy the anti-DDoS capabilities. So this is the first method to do the POC test. While the second one is that you can ask the BD to see if you can enjoy any coupons for the test. So, but Alibaba Cloud will not help our customers to simulate the DDoS attack, but we will recommend the customers to find some tools to simulate the DDoS attack, but Alibaba Cloud will not help our customers to do that. The third one, how do I choose an appropriate editions from multiple anti-DDoS editions and choose the specifications? So actually, if a customers want to know how to select the editions and the differences between the different editions, that you can ask the PDSA for help. So, but actually, if that is international site, okay, we mainly focused on anti-DDoS proxy and anti-DDoS EIP. The fourth one, okay, the DDoS layer 4, 5, 6, 7 attack. So final one is, what do I do if my service is suffering from DDoS attack? So actually, we have different ways to help you to solve these issues that we need to discuss case by case, and you can contact your PDSA for help. So this one is the anti-DDoS. Then we're gonna take a look at WAF, Web Application Firewall. Well, this one is one of the most mature product in Alibaba Cloud. So actually, From in our opinion, we think all the customers who have internet-facing website require WAF, but we have different selling strategies to different type of the customers. If one of your customers tell you, okay, the QPS is quite limited, it can be just like 5, 10, or 20, or the customers tell you, I have a limited budget. My budget is not that enough. Okay, in these scenarios that you can recommend pay-as-you-go WAF to the customers. Okay, they can enjoy all the features of the WAF, and they can just configure the rules, the basic protection rules, scan protection rules, or anti-bot rules. So they configure the rules. It will be calculated as sec units, and this and they will get a bill the next day. Okay, so this one is the pay-as-you-go mode. So for some big customers that we can recommend the subscription mode to them. Okay, so the WAF will have a different access mode, same as anti-DDoS. When you do the CNAME access to the WAF, so we don't care about what is your original site. You may use AWS, you may use GCP, you may use Azure, you may use your IDC on-premise, that we don't care about it. The original site of a WAF and anti-DDoS can be the third party or Alibaba Cloud. Okay, so this one is the first access mode, CNAME access. The second one is the cloud native mode. The cloud, what does that mean? For some of our customers, they may use the ALB to have the high QPS. And they want to have the low latency. They don't want another layer of privacy. So that is why we need to have the cloud native access mode. So they can enable the WAF enabled ALB. So the WAF SDK will be integrated with their ALB. So all the traffic will go to the WAF clusters to be detected and to be monitored, and then go back to their original sites. So in this mode, so the WAF can be regarded as a transparent mode. The next one will be the hybrid cloud mode. So in this case, you don't have to modify the DNS resolution to Alibaba Cloud, and the traffic will not pass through the on-cloud WAF. You can point the traffic directly back to your original site. But actually, we will help our customers to deploy the software of Alibaba Cloud WAF in their third-party cloud or hybrid cloud. Then they just need one console, and the centralized management of all the web services WAF can be achieved. The final one is the secure dynamic content delivery network, secure DCDN. So in this product, the WAF and anti-DDoS capabilities will be deployed in the L1 node of the DCDN. So these are the different WAF access mode. So the target customers, the first one is the customers whose web applications need to meet compliance requirements. So the second one is the customers who have the internet-facing web service. The third one will be the customers who need to protect the services against the bots, like the airline company, like the shoes manufacturing company, and also e-commerce platform, luxuries. Yeah. The final one will be the customers who want to manage your web service deployed on multiple cloud in a centralized manner. Okay, the benefits is, so the first one need to be highlighted is new zero-day and end-day vulnerabilities can be detected and defend against within hours. So within hours, that we will have the virtual patches and can help the customers to defend against the attack which utilize the zero-day or end-day vulnerabilities. The second one is the web services can be added to WAF in multiple modes, and actually the access mode of the WAF is the most flexible. The next one will be the scenario specification protection can be configured for the applications. For some of our users, that we provide the WAF SDK plan, and the WAF SDK can be integrated with their app, Android or iOS. So the SDK will collect some information from the endpoints, like the IMEI, the MAC address, the brand of the mobile phone, and it will judge. It will judge if the request comes from the normal mobile phone, or it's come from the Python or the simulators or debugging mode or rooted devices, and help to judge if that is the bot attack or not. Okay, so the next one will be the comprehensive and flexible rules are provided and customer rules can be configured. So for the sales pitch, so the suggestions for the guiding the customers, if the customers have the internet-facing web service that you can upsell WAF to them, or the customers is highly focused on the anti-bot and anti-scrapping protection and the centralized management. And then that is the time to sell WAF to land. So what is the best practice of website protection? So we have already introduced anti-DDoS solutions and also WAF. So the best practice of the website protection is you can purchase both anti-DDoS proxy and WAF standalone instance, and you can integrate the anti-DDoS proxy and WAF. When you configure the anti-DDoS, the original site can be the CNAME of the WAF. Then the traffic will pass through the anti-DDoS scrubbing center, then go to the WAF, then go to your original site. So let's take a look at the FAQs. So can WAF defend against the DDoS attacks? No. The second one, can WAF protect web service deployed in data centers and third-party clouds? Yes, can. Since when you do the configurations of your web service, the original sites must be a public IP or domain names. The third one, does hybrid cloud WAF change the traffic route? No, since hybrid cloud WAF is privately deployed on third-party clouds, and the traffic does not pass through Alibaba Cloud. The next one is, in which regions outside Chinese mainland is WAF available? Then you can check the web console. You can check the official documentations. The next one is, does the rule set of WAF need to be frequently updates? So actually, Alibaba Cloud provides an automatic rule update service to ensure the WAF can be promptly respond to new threats. And we do have the threat intelligence platforms, and all the rules will be updated automatically. And what type of attacks can WAF defend against? Three core modules of the WAF. The first one, basic protection, means the attacks in OWASP top 10, the circle injection, the cross-site scripting, XSS, cross-site request forgery, file inclusion, session hijacking, parameter tampering, and zero-day attacks. So this one is the first module of the WAF. The second one is the bot management. So we provide the bot management for web service and also the customer's app. Well, the third one is API securities. That we will detect the API traffic automatically, and the WAF will tell you how many APIs are active and inactive, and what are lost data that has been transferred in your APIs. For example, this API, one of your API is used for the data query, but actually after we check the package, we cannot see any token. So we may think everyone can have the authorization to query your data. So this may result in the data leakage. So this one is the new features API security. So these are the three modules of the WAF. Okay, so the next one will be security center. Okay, so what is the security center? The first thing is that we need to figure out what is security center. So security center is a combination of a CWPP, the workload protection platforms, and cloud security posture management. So, and threat analysis and response. So this is the conception of a security center. Okay, so CWPP here, two layers. The first one is the server. The second one is the container. And the CSPM can provide a cloud-native basic practice of the security checks and hardening for cloud services, while the final one is the threat analysis and response. So when we refer to the CWPP, the endpoint securities, we may think about the antivirus, anti-malware, anti-ransomware, right? And baseline management, vulnerability patching. Okay, this one is in the endpoint security. So what about the container securities? That is the image scan and proactive defense rules for the Kubernetes clusters. So, but what is the CSPM? So, misconfigurations of some of your cloud services may result in the larger attack surface. Okay, so the CSPM will check all the configurations of your cloud services, such as your security group and your public IP, and whether you configure any access control policies based on your public IP and some high-risky ports like 22 or 3389. Is your password strength strong enough or not? Okay, so some of our customers will follow the best practice of Alibaba Cloud in CSPM, and the CSPM also provide the CIS benchmark, and the customers can do the scanning by using the CIS benchmark, and they can do the security hardening based on the scanning result. The final one, the threat analysis and response. So this one can be regarded as a SIEM. So some of you may know the Splunk or IBM Curator before. So Security Center the threat analysis and response features can assess the log of different cloud services. And finally, it will analyze the security events in a centralized manner and give you all the information of the security events, and it will help you to reduce the noise that come from the logs. Okay, so the target customers, the industries here is you can see the enterprise that deploy servers in the cloud or other environments, right? So the next one will be the customers who need to meet the regulatory compliance requirements, like in MIT, Malaysia, or in the Singapore or in the Indonesia. The customers are required to have the anti-malware or antivirus. The next one will be the customers who need to meet internal compliance requirements. Since some big European luxury customers' internal requirements, they shows very clearly that anti-malware, antivirus is very necessary. The next one will be the customers who need to implement centralized management of multi-clouds. Entity DOS is the first product that can be used in the hybrid or multi-cloud environments, while WAF is the second one, while the third one is the security center. So how you can use the security center in different clouds? You just need to install the agent in AWS or GCP or Azure or even your IDC on-premise. So then the information of the host will be synchronized in the console of a security center. Then you can just use one console to manage all of these platforms. So the benefits of using security center can be, the firstly, it can support multi-cloud environments. Secondly, it can cover the servers and also containers. And the third one is that it provides cloud-native anti-ransomware, antivirus, anti-malware capabilities. Okay, the final one will be the cloud-native CSPM capabilities. Then how to win? If the customer is using the third-party anti-malware or antivirus or endpoint or EDR solutions, right? They need to install the agent one by one, or do the batch operation installation. So it will take a lot of time. So, but actually, when you purchase an ECS in Alibaba Cloud, you will see a small switch called security hardening. So that is enabled by default. So if you select this one, the agent of a security center will be installed in your ECS automatically, which means that you don't have to spend time installing the agent. Okay, as long as you purchase the security center, then it will take effect automatically. You don't have to spend a lot of time doing the configurations. The second one is the compliance-driven security. The final one is the centralized management solutions. And also, security centers will also provide some value-added on services like the core fire monitoring, just very similar to the fire integrity monitoring. Okay, and it's also can provide some other services like honeypots, like Rasper. Okay, so this one is the security center. Then let's take a look at the questions. Do I need to install the security center agent? At what I said before, so if you are using Alibaba Cloud ECS, then it's not necessary for you to install the agent since the agent has already been in your ECS. Second one, are my workloads affected after security center agent is installed? Actually, we have already comprehensive compatibility testing on the integration of a security center and other cloud services to minimize the impact on the stability of the workload, and also the consumptions of your CPU resources can be quite small. The final one, the third one will be what are the differences among the editions of the security center and how do I select an edition? So we will suggest the customers to start from the enterprise edition. So in enterprise editions, the features can be comprehensive, but if the customer's budget is limited, then we may recommend the advanced editions or antivirus edition to them. So, but the customers can focus on the container security. So we may recommend the ultimate editions to them. The main differences between enterprise edition and ultimate edition is ultimate edition can provide container security features. So how do I estimate the budget for security centers? Then, okay, so for these issues that you can contact your PDSA for help. Well, the final one, how do I purchase security center for multi-accounts at the same time? So the security center must be purchased for each account to protect the assets within multiple accounts. Then you need to use the multi-account management feature. Okay, so you need to enable the resource directories and do some configurations. And in one console, you can see all the informations of other accounts. Okay, so let's take a look at the fourth one. Okay, let me check if you have any questions currently. Okay, one email. Oh. Okay, so no questions if you have any questions that you can just type in the chat box. Then I will answer one by one. So the fourth product is the cloud firewall. So here the cloud firewall is a SaaS service that is totally different from what you deployed in your IDC on-premise. In your IDC, then you need to purchase an appliance from the third-party vendor, like maybe Fortinet, maybe Palo Alto, right? So you need to configure the NAT rules, access control rules, and the next hoop. So, but the cloud firewall is a totally cloud native firewall, so you don't have to do so much configurations. And the cloud firewall is deployed by Alibaba Cloud based on the cloud native technologies and provide protections and network boundaries in the cloud. So cloud firewall provides the internet firewall, NAT firewall, VPC firewalls, and internal firewalls to manage and protect traffic in a centralized manner. So by here, we just need to know several using scenarios. Then you will know how to sell cloud firewall. So the first the customer say, okay, I have around 10 EIPs or I have the 10 public IPs, but I would like to have the IPS on these IPs. So what you need to do, you can recommend the cloud firewall to these customers, and these customers just need to enable internet firewall. Just need to enable internet firewall, and all the access control policies will be open for all the ports. The customers can start to configure some policies on their IP and also the ports. So this is the first scenarios. Second scenarios, the customer tell you, I have around 50 public IP, and I also have the multiple UID, multiple accounts, and multiple VPC, and this VPC need to be connected to each other due to the business requirements. So, but I would like to monitor the traffic from this one of the VPC to another, one of the ECS to another. So in these using scenarios, you can recommend internet firewall and also VPC firewall to LAN. So the VPC firewall will be deployed between VPC and VPCs and monitor the traffic from the west to the east. So, but the enablement of the VPC firewall will rely on the CE and the Cloud Enterprise Network. So if the customer is using Cloud Enterprise Network to connect all the VPCs, they can enable the VPC firewalls. Okay. So the third scenario is the customers would like to manage the traffic, monitor the traffic from the VPC to to the NAT gateways. Then they can enable the NAT gateways, NAT firewalls. So for some sales pitches, how to win, the first one is also compliance driven security. The second one is the centralized management of firewall for multi-accounts. So same as security center, if you purchase this, if you enable the cloud firewall and you enable the multi-account management in one console, you can see all the information of the IP in different account viewers. And the final one will be management of the traffic between VPCs. Okay, so the final scenarios is that, so one of our financial customers suffer from ransomware attack. So the ransomware attack their IDC on premise and all of their data have been encrypted. So, but the IDC on premise is connected to Alibaba Cloud by Express Connect, by Express Connect. So, what is the solutions can be recommended in these scenarios? VPC firewall, VPC firewall. So, if the VPC firewall is enabled, so the traffic will be monitored, and also the traffic from VPC to from the IDC to Alibaba Cloud will be detected by our IPS, virtual patches, and also threat intelligence platform. Okay. So let's take a look at the FAQs. How do I estimate the budget for cloud firewall? Then, of course, you can estimate the budget for cloud firewall based on the cloud bandwidth and features that you want to use. And what are the differences between cloud firewall and web application firewall? So WAF is a proxy. It can be a proxy. It can also be deployed at the transparent mode. So by WAF, mainly defend against the web layer 7 attacks. But cloud firewall, you can think this one is the layer 4 to layer 7. Okay, that is the difference. The third one is I have multiple Alibaba Cloud accounts. Do I need to purchase cloud firewall for each account? If your account join a resource directories, you need to only enable the multi-account management features. You don't have to purchase the cloud firewall for each account. So this one different from security center. So the next one will be the KMS and the Cloud HSM. So for this product, a little special, since this is not so necessary for all the customers, but this is quite necessary for a part of the customers. So we provide the software KMS, and also we provide the hardware KMS, in which you need to purchase 2 more Cloud HSM to use. Okay, so 3 using scenarios. The first one, the customer say, okay, I need the encryption at rest. Okay, or I need the sensitive data encryption. Okay, then you can recommend software edition KMS to the customers. Second scenarios, the customer say, okay, I need KMS, but I also need to meet the requirements of FIPS. Okay, in these scenarios, you propose hardware KMS and 2 more Cloud HSM. The third scenarios, the customer say, okay, I need to pass the check of the PCI pin. Okay, in these scenarios, the Alibaba Cloud can help you to purchase two hardwares from tailors or other vendors, and we can ship this hardware to the data center of Alibaba Cloud for the customer's dedicated use. Okay, these are the three scenarios. And the target customers you can see is the customers from most of the customers who are purchased the encryption services are the customers from the financial industries or customers engaged in financial operations. The second one will be the enterprise customers who need to meet internal compliance requirements, such as encryption at rest. Okay, the third one is the customers who process large amounts of personal sensitive data. So for in these scenarios, the customers can create application access points in the KMS. Then they can call the API of the KMS and doing the encryptions for their sensitive data. Okay, these are the three scenarios. Okay, then we can skip this part. Then final one is the FAQs. So what version are available for KMS 3.0? How do I select a version? So KMS 3.0 currently can support the subscription and pay-as-you-go billing method. So if the customer say, I just need several keys and my budget is quite limited, then you propose pay-as-you-go mode. But if the customer says, okay, I need a lot number of keys and I have a high requirements on the computing performance, then you just propose the subscription mode to them. And how do I enable the data encryption feature when I active ECS and as per DB RDS? Is the feature free of charge? Yes. So a free default key is provided for data encryption within each account. So in these scenarios, that is what we call encryption at rest. So what are the differences between KMS 3.0 and AWS? So for this, you may need to contact the BDSA. And what are the differences between KMS and Cloud HSM? How do the scenarios differ? The KMS is a software-based solution, and Cloud hardware security module is hardware-based solutions that if you need to meet the standards such as PCI PIN or FIPS, just follow the solutions I mentioned before. Okay, can I use my own key? Of course, the BYOK can be supported currently. Okay, so the next product will be the services system. Actually, we do provide a comprehensive solutions for our customers, but sometimes human engaged is quite necessary. So three security services will be provided. The first one is the MLPS compliance consolidation, so multi-level protection scheme. So this one is for Chinese mainland customers. For some customers from global to China, they may need to pass the check for MLPS 2.0 level 2 or level 3. So Alibaba Cloud will provide one-stop on MLPS compliance consolidation services for this type of customers. The second one is the managed security services. So this one, a new customers migrates their workloads from other cloud to Alibaba Cloud, or migrates their workload in their on-premise to Alibaba Cloud. So they don't know how they can fully utilize the Alibaba Cloud security product. They need some guidance. Okay, so we will provide the security training, security hardening, security assessment, incident response, and monitoring detection services for this type of customers. And we will have the weekly reports, monthly reports, quarterly reports, and also annually reports for our customers. And your security product will be managed. So if something happens, that you will be informed in a talk group, and a panel of security professionals were engaged in the investigations of the security events. The third service is penetration testing. This the security testing of business systems before systems release to identify risks and vulnerabilities. So also a panel of security professionals will do the test for you and for web services or also the app. Okay. So the target customers. So first one, foreign companies, multinational corporations from global to China. So they are the target customers of LPS 2.0. But foreign international corporations they do not have an independent security team in China. So this type of customer is our MSS target customers. Then the enterprise outside China, they need to host Alibaba services. Okay, MSS. And for most enterprises outside China and enterprise that enter Chinese markets have new applications that need to be published. So in these scenarios, okay, penetration testing. So the benefits is the security expert team of Alibaba Cloud will provide professional security incident response and service support on an 8-5 basis. But some of customers may be very confused that if the security events happens at midnight, whether Alibaba Cloud will help me to solve these issues. Of course, yes. And the second one is the Alibaba Cloud provide end-to-end MLPS compliance consolidation. Okay, this one will do the same. The final one is the Alibaba Cloud has an excellent attack and defense team and that have participated in national security drills for several years and boasted rich experience in attack and defense scenarios, just like Paris Olympic Games. Okay, so our security service team provides service for the Paris Olympic Games. Okay, how to win here? You just need to identify the requirements of the customers, like whether they are global to China, whether these customers will launch new applications, new website services, or these customers lack of labor force in security operation and maintenance work. Okay, so these are the security service sales guide. So this one is the CMS. Okay, I think this part is not so important, but you can purchase the SSL certificates in Alibaba Cloud Console, in the CMS console, and every time when you configure the WAF, DDoS, ALB, you can directly introduce the certificates that you upload to CMS or you purchased in CMS console. Okay. For the target customers, of course, the e-commerce platform, the banking and financial services, the social media and forum, the public service sector. And these are the price. So in international side, we provide global DigiCert and a global design, and also we do provide the Alibaba Cloud own brands SSL or TLS certificates. Then you can check the price here. We show some price. So the questions will be why does Alibaba Cloud not provide free SSL certificates? The most common free certificates are issued by Let's Encrypt, so which is non-profit organizations. And okay, what are the differences in the insurance cycle of certificates of different brands? Actually, no difference exists in the insurance cycle of the different brands. And okay, so for how are the compatibility of the certificates of the different brands? Global design certificates can meet compatibility requirements except for the early XP systems. Then is the validation periods. Like you can see most of the information in the official documentations. Okay. So the second part will be the high potential new product. So here I would like to introduce two products. The first one is the PCCW Global Anti-DDoS Solutions. So this one is the proxy. So I have introduced anti-DDoS proxy before, right? So this anti-DDoS proxy, you can think there are some differences between Alibaba Cloud anti-DDoS and PCCW anti-DDoS, but all the mechanism of this will be the same. So PCCW utilize the anti-DDoS capabilities and the scripting centers that we built over the world. And so finally, latest the PCCW Global anti-DDoS, but PCCW will provide the IP number. So you can think actually this one is the same as the anti-DDoS proxy solutions that provided by Alibaba Cloud. Okay, so PCCW Global is telecom company in Hong Kong, and it's worked with Alibaba Cloud to launch PCC Global anti-DDoS that provide the same capabilities and protection effectiveness as Alibaba Cloud anti-DDoS. The difference is the IP and also the AS number. So this product can be quite suitable to those customers who are sensitive to the brand of the anti-DDoS product. So let's take a look at the target customers will be the enterprise outside Chinese mainland and also the customers from channel partners outside Chinese mainland and careers in the cloud services provider. So for some of our cloud services provider and careers do not have the capabilities to develop a cybersecurity product. However, their customers have defense demands. The PCC Global Anti-DDoS Proxy offer tailored defense capabilities and help expand security defense capabilities without the need for huge investment. For some of other partners, if you think you have the anti-DDoS product of your own brands, we can cooperate in this mode as well. So make Alibaba Cloud anti-DDoS your brand. Okay. If you think it's beneficial for you to sell more anti-DDoS product to your customers, then we can support that. So the benefits of this is the independent system number, ASN number, and the CIDR blocks. So all ASN and the CIDR blocks are owned by PCCW Global, which is technically decoupled from Alibaba Cloud. And the Alibaba Cloud brand and IP addresses are not exposed to external scan. So when you access your web services in PCCW instance, you do the DNS resolution, and finally the IP you get is PCCW instead of Alibaba Cloud. Okay. The final one will be the sales revenue recorded. The PCCW Global Anti-DDoS Proxy can only be purchased in Alibaba Cloud International Site Marketplace. And for the partners or the BD who sell this product can get 40 sales revenue recognition, 100% sales revenue recognitions, and you can also enjoy the rebates. Okay, but for the selling to the direct customers, the first 20 orders enjoy 50% off discount. Okay, for the channels, for our partners, the standard commissions and discounts are provided only for channel partners. And we have the special limited time discount for UEFA Euro. Then you can check the order link. So if you sell anti-DDoS product a proxy of Alibaba Cloud before, you will know the price. So this one is the list price. The list price will be the same as Alibaba Cloud anti-DDoS, but we have a smaller spec. We have the smaller spec of the instance. We start from the 666 USD dollar, and this one is the list price as well. The clean bandwidth will start from 10 megabyte, but Alibaba Cloud anti-DDoS proxy will start from 100 megabyte. So we do have the smaller instance, smaller specifications. Just try to make this product much more popular in the near future. So the final product which will be introduced today is Alibaba Cloud Capture. Will be Alibaba Cloud Capture. So actually capture is short for completely automatic public Turing test to tell computers and human parts. The reasons why the customers will use capture. So most of the customers will enable the capture just to avoid the bot attack. So the first industry will be the gaming industry. So they enable the capture for prevention against the registration by using false information. For the e-commerce one, the prevention against the brushing, prevention against the commands, and user accounts protection. For the industries in which Web 3.0 is used, so they will use this one to prevent against the bug registration and collection, against the automate arbitrage, and also against the account theft. For the finance one, for the finance industries, the fraud prevention, secure transaction verification, and online ticketing, So for this type of customers, they mainly focused on the protection during tickets purchase peaks. Okay, especially in some promotion activities or shopping festivals. So you can take a look at here that we provide the invisible capture, slider capture, puzzle capture, and spatial reasoning. So very, very comprehensive, and it will just take around several hours to do the integration work to your web service or your app. And you can check the price. Here, the billable items categories will include security verification, feature configuration, billable items category, and the USD is for number of cores in Chinese mainland and the number of cores outside Chinese mainland will be a little different. So, but the USD, the list price USD is 0.001 per core, and USD 1 per scenarios per day. Okay, so this one can, and also we do provide more cost effective, that is the resource plan. So for the monthly plan, for the 100K, just 7 USD. For the annual plan for um 2 million, just the 400 USD. So this one can be very cheap and very cost effective, especially for this type of customers. Okay. Okay, so that's all. So this is the today's introductions, and let me see if any questions.
Yes, I think we received two questions from the Q&A chat box and one question in the chat.
Okay, how can we convert AWS or an Azure customers into Alibaba Cloud? Any keywords or any best features? I think we do have some customers who are using Alibaba Cloud, AWS, and Azure in the same time. So the reasons why they will use Alibaba Cloud security product to cover AWS and Azure is the centralized management, especially in the WAF. So we do have super famous logistics customers. They have AWS and also Edison premise in different Southeast Asia countries like Vietnam, Malaysia, Indonesia, Singapore. Okay, but they use the hybrid cloud WAF of Alibaba Cloud. So we help them to deploy the software in their third-party clouds. Then they just have one team to do operation and maintenance work. Only several guys in the security team. So that is the reasons why they will use the hybrid cloud WAF, just to save the time in the management of the web services and also the WAF. The second reason is why the AWS or Azure customers will use Alibaba Cloud anti-DDoS is that actually the access mode of anti-DDoS proxy can be quite flexible. And since we don't care where is your original site, right? And we can also provide the TB level DDoS mitigation capabilities, but actually for AWS and Azure's, the DDoS mitigation capabilities can be a little more limited. Okay, I think there's other reasons, but if you have other cases that we can have a fuller discussion on that. Okay. Is cloud hardware security available in Aspera Stack? If not, yes, when is currently scheduled for in the roadmap, please? Thank you. Cloud HSM, right? So for Aspera Stack, okay, sorry, I'm not able to answer your questions. So since today's session is concentrated on public cloud. Okay. Second one, is there a documentation that map or compares MLPS to the traditional Western ISO security standards? No, we do not have the documentation that maps or compares MLPS and ISO security standards. Okay.
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 Yeah, everyone, if you have questions to ask, feel free to drop in the chat box. Oh, okay. Yeah, I saw there's a new question to the panelists. Server
Guard
guard
is
is
free. Server guard is actually a part of the security center, and that is not free of charge. Not free.
yes, everyone. I think we will have 1 or 2 minutes more to see if you have any more questions to ask Jerry. And in the meantime, I sent out the free quiz for today's introduction session. Uh, After passing it, you can collect the completion certification for this training. Yeah, so feel free to also try the quiz. Okay.
You implement ECS, I need to set up a server guard. Actually, not necessary. If the security center is not enabled, so the agent in your ECS will not take effect. It will have some detection capabilities, but it will not defend against the malware attack. Okay. Uh, okay, so yeah, so you don't have to set up the server guard. So, but if you enable a security center stack, you can need to do you can do some configurations like you can do the local management, you can do you can configure the anti-brute force rules, you can configure the host specific rules. Chain security codec.
I think there is a question regarding the training that Alibaba Cloud Academy provides for security. This one maybe I can answer a bit. So for professional level training, currently we have a professional course called the course code is ACT 810830001 called Alibaba Cloud Security Solutions. And this is the professional training that we provide for security. And we also have other clouder level or specialty level certifications concerning some smaller topics, including like cloud security, data security, and you can check all of them at edu.alibabacloud.com. Okay, if there's no more questions, then I think this is oh, okay.
How to check user login on Alibaba Cloud and services on ECS? And what is the services used on Alibaba Cloud? You can, okay, so for actually this one day, you can enable the patient host. That we provide the patient host for our end users. So you can manage the identities of the guys who can have access to your ECS or database. And the patient host will keep records of the operations on the ECS. For example, Like if you open a Linux machine and if you type in wget or sudo update, so all of these command lines will be recorded, will be audited, and also the operations on the ECS will be recorded as a video. Then you can just record the videos to check what these guys have done before. Yeah.
Okay, thank you everyone. And for this partner webinar, currently we don't provide any recordings or the presentation deck. And if there is no any other questions, then I think we can end the session here. And thank you again, Jerry, for the sharing and for the Q&A. Yeah, and also thank you all for participating in this training session. We hope to see you next time. And yeah, you can also check the quiz link for this session. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, see you.
See you. Thank you, everyone. I will end the session now, and we will also send a follow-up email to you containing the exam link if you wish to finish it later. So hope to see you next time in our future trainings. Thank you. Bye bye.